Okay, I'm pretty sure I am on live now. I had a bit of a technical difficulty before, but if anyone's there, please say hi to me. My name is Shannon. I'm from All Things Newly Rustic. I'm the owner of All Things Newly Rustic. I'm also a content creator for Redesign with Prima. And today I think I have a pretty fun show for you because I have refinished this vanity. And I'm not certain if it's pulling up, but the color is pink. And so we're gonna use the Violet Hill transfer to design the sides of this vanity. So I'm gonna bring you guys down here. Oh, I see someone on, so good, it's working. So, there's so much that I am going to be doing with this, but I want to show you how to put this Violet Hill transfer on first. The Violet Hill transfer, the full transfer looks like this. It's a huge transfer. It's 47 by 33. And I have a whole bunch of things to show you guys what I've done to this. But I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you guys how to apply the transfer on the side. I don't know if you can, so there's the front. I do plan on doing the drawers in the front, but those are going to take a lot longer, I feel, so I'm going to do those after. But we are going to design the side of the drawers today with Redesign with Prima new clearly aligned stamps. So this transfer is called Violet Hill by Redesign with Prima. It comes in 6 sheets, and I mean it's a big transfer. So I'm going to use this for more than just this project because I have a lot left over. But I'm just going to trim the bottom here of this transfer. I'm just going to cut off just a tiny bit on the end here. So this is the side of an antique vanity. I have refinished this vanity once before, however, and I also had many people look at it. It was blue. It was very regal. If you want to go on my page and just scroll down, you can see a blue vanity, and I put the architecture transfer on it. And as you can see, I have a little kitty helping me today. She's very helpful with this kind of stuff, especially when I'm painting. She's very helpful. Okay, so with this transfer, just apply it like this. All I've done is painted this. I have not sealed this. Good morning, Angela. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. I haven't painted this or anything, and so I'm going to use my transfer tool. These are sold by Redesign with Prima as well, and they are super helpful. However, the transfer also comes with a little stick, and I use these sometimes as well to do corners and just corners and stuff like that, but we're not going to do that with this one. So just start off by gently taking your transfer tool and relatively lightly go over. I have had the experience where I have done it too rough, too hard on the actual piece, and it scratched the piece of furniture. And you don't want to scratch your paint job, especially after working so hard painting it. So once again, for anyone who's joining me, this is the Violet Hill transfer by Redesign with Prima. I think it came out last year. I'm not quite certain on that. But I know it's a very popular transfer. It comes in 6 sheets. And so with this project, I've used 4 partial sheets for this. So I still have more left that I can use on another project. Most of these big transfers by Redesign with Prima, you can do more than once, unless you want to use it on a really big project. The whole thing. So I'm not sure if the color is quite picking up, but this is pink. This color is called Bear's Ear. or no, sorry, Dog's Ear by Benjamin Moore. And so I haven't sealed this. I'm going to do a whole bunch to it, a whole bunch more to it before I do end up sealing this. But this vanity is a little on the short side, and I did redo it once. But I thought pink would be more appropriate because it would be for maybe a little princess. So, and you know what? Why not redesign your own piece of furniture twice? That's the best part. It's fun. So while you're going along here, you want to gently pull down. Make sure you have your transfer on, which as I'm pulling, I can tell I don't. So I'm going to keep working with it. Not a big deal. Patience when refinishing furniture is the most paramount thing that you can have. So take your time with your transfer. You want to make sure it goes on properly. You want to make sure it doesn't peel off or anything like that. Like I said, this is a big transfer. 47, it's a 47 by 33. And I'm just gonna bring you guys up closer here. So you can see this and not me. You can see that with this transfer, there is a film. And what I am trying to do is get that adhesive film off of this sheet here. And then I really want to show you guys how to use the new stamps. So I am going gently. It may sound that I'm not, but I am. It's very echoey in my house right now, and right now I'm in my living room. And it's super echoey here. But this is coming off so nicely. If you can see, there's writing on that part. It's coming off pretty nice. So I'm very happy. And you can keep pulling the plastic part. Just do not rip it right away. Do not rip the whole thing off. Make sure that everything, make sure it comes off in pieces. And once you put this transfer on your piece, you're very much committed. Unless you sand it off again, they're not coming off. But you do have to seal them to ensure that they stay on longer. This is a beautiful transfer. I've seen it on so many different pieces of furniture. Redesign with Prima's transfers are very versatile. You don't have to use the entire 6 of this violet sheet. You don't have to use the entire thing all at once. I'm not. I've used 4 separate sheets here. Partial sheets of the 6 sheets transfer. And I'll be using it for another project as well. Like I said, this transfer is massive. It's a 47 by 33. And this is coming off so good. I have wiped this off prior to putting on the transfer. You want to make sure that your piece is clean while you're doing it. That's the most important part for these transfers. Well, there's many important parts, but that's one of the most important parts. Do you see how nicely that's coming off? I'm just pulling this plastic part off very slowly. There is pieces here that I can see are not quite adhered to the piece of furniture. But like I said, take your time. And also, I am going to fill these pieces more. and align that flower. So Redesign with Prima sells these on their site. I will leave my affiliate link at the bottom. They do sell them on their site, redesignwithprima.com. Go and see if you have a local retailer first. That's very important. Shop local. You just put your address in. They have a search bar. Put your address in, and your local retailer will come up with the address and the name of the retailer. And so now that I'm doing this one side, I know that I want to do so much more with this vanity. But let's start here. Why not? So as you're pulling, as you have this adhered to your piece of furniture, make sure that you push down the corners. But also, I'm going to put a clear coat, and a clear coat also is very helpful to make it a little more translucent as well. But this is coming out pretty nice. Especially with the bigger transfers where the flowers are a little bigger, you want to take your time for sure. Taking the plastic off of the transfer. And look how sweet that is. Oh, I'm happy. What do you guys think? There's part of it. I'm also going to fill in these bottom parts here with the transfer, with this rose and the rest of it. So let's turn it around. Actually, let's do these. We're going to do the sides here. And if you're just joining me, go ahead and comment. Tell me where you're from. I'm from High River, a town called High River, Alberta, in Canada. And it's early morning here. It's just after 9 o'clock here. So I've already pre-cut these transfers to fit my piece. They have lines on them that are all measured when you put the transfer on, so those are super helpful also. Okay, let's do the sides. Okay. So we're going to follow the same process as we did down here on this one. This one's a little more tricky for me because it's in such a small area. But as long as you guys can see it, it's all good. Like I said, these transfers come with a transfer tool. It's a wood stick, however, and those are helpful also for tight corners. However, the transfer tools are very, very helpful. It's got a small end, this transfer tool, and a big end. And I've nearly worn out the one side of that end, but that's the fun part also. Okay, I'm just trying to take this plastic off. It's in a bit of a peculiar spot here. There we go. So that I could pull the plastic while I'm trying to adhere the transfer with my tool. Perfect. That is coming off so beautifully. And I'm so happy with this transfer. This one hasn't taken a whole lot of work. Some of them do, some of them don't. But this one's coming out so nice. And if you guys are there, if anyone's there, say hi. I would love to hear from you. I also have a mirror for this, so I think it's gonna look amazing when it's all put together. And I'll be showing it on my page, All Things Newly Rustic. I'll also be showing it on the Redesign with Prima. Thanks. Yes, I'm so excited. Can you see the pink very visibly? Because it looks white on the camera to me. Can you see it showing up pink? Because it is pink. I guarantee that. Okay, I'm just gonna overlap this a little bit here. Okay, this is just a partial piece. I'm just using a little bit of leftovers from whatever I had on the other transfers. I'm not going to do them on this show, but I will be doing the front of the drawers. I'm going to be doing it on a lip, and I have to cut it, and it might take a while, so I'll be doing that later. Yeah, it's a peony pink. This color is called Dog's Ear by Benjamin Moore. And that's exactly what it is. It's like a peony pink. So pretty. Pretty pink. I have this very, very small, actually probably quite large obsession for pink furniture. I just did a piece you can go check out. I believe it's on my cover page at All Things Newly Rustic. Go check it out. I did a pink piece a couple weeks ago. And I had a Redesign with Prima transfer. It had stripes on the side. It's very beautiful. That pink was a little bit brighter than this pink. Okay, so there's the side designs. I will be putting a transfer on the front, but I won't be doing it today because I need to cut through here, and I feel like it's going to take longer than just a straight transfer instead of going over anything. Okay, let's do the other side. And so this one I'm gonna cut just a tiny bit more because it's going over that lip there. And I don't want this one to go over that lip. I want it to fit nice and snug in the middle. And that looks perfect. Actually, it's a little bit more, tiny bit more. If you're just joining me, my name is Shannon. I'm from All Things Newly Rustic, and I'm a content creator for Redesign with Prima. And today, I am applying Violet Hill Transfer on this cute little antique vanity. And I think it's going to be super fit for a princess. I think a little girl is going to love this. This vanity is on the short side, and so I have redone it once. I am redoing it again. Because it was a little smaller than what people anticipated when they came and looked for it. But not a big deal. I don't mind redoing the same piece twice. This looks totally different than what it did, that's for sure. It was blue, and I had put the Architect transfer from Redesign with Prima all over it. But I think this one looks beautiful also. The other one was more regal style. it had a whole bunch of gold and stuff like that, and it was a dark blue. So we'll see. I have a very good feeling about this one. I'm super happy with this one. Okay, let's go ahead and apply this now. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys this vanity. I'll also be showing you guys pictures on the Redesign with Prima site, or group page, Facebook group page. And also I'll be showing it on my page, All Things Nearly Rustic. With bigger transfers, I always start off by going lightly all over the entire transfer, just with your transfer tool. You want it to stick, and the one thing about transfers is once your transfer is on your piece, you are very committed. You can't try and take it off. I mean, you can try and take it off and replace it, but you will most likely probably rip the transfer. So make certain that you know exactly where you want the transfer. Sometimes I use painter's tape just to make sure it doesn't slide. This one's doing really good, so I'm not that concerned with this one. And I'm very, very happy and I'm very impressed with how well this is sticking. Sometimes you have to work a little harder, but sometimes you don't. So, I think it depends on the transfer. But I am so loving this transfer. Oh, this would look so beautiful, like one piece on a huge piece of furniture. Okay, I had that. All right. So just gently go along. You don't want to press too hard because you might scratch the paint. And you put all that work and effort into your paint. You don't want to. I have done it. I did it a while ago where I pressed so hard I scratched the paint and it was pretty sad. But these you don't really have to press that hard. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it. And then pull the plastic off as you go, right? Not a big deal. Take time. You take time to paint your furniture. Take time to design it also. And it is so worth it at the end. Because then you have a very beautiful piece of furniture that someone, or even you, will have for a very long time. And I will be sealing this with a clear coat afterwards, after everything is on. And if you've never tried this transfer, this is your first time ever, I suggest you go get some because they are super fun. And they make your furniture absolutely pop. I feel like that's like the last part before showtime is the transfer, for sure. And once you start using transfers, you might not do a piece ever without a transfer again. Speaking from my own experience. This transfer looks like this. It comes in a container like this, Violet Hill, and it comes in 6 sheets. So I still have 2 leftover sheets. And also, I'm going to be using them for another project. So, I mean, this transfer is massive. It is 47 by 33. The colors are so pretty. It's very versatile. It's got all sorts of different colors on it. Okay. And then we're gonna finish off this, and we're gonna design some side drawers. So today I'm gonna use Redesign with Prima's new paint called Goldenrod for the side drawers. I'm also gonna use Redesign with Prima's new stamp, and I have it on top of here for the side drawers. And this is called Rustic Floral Elements, and it is super pretty because I've already tried it on one of the sides, and I'll show you that also. But as you can see with this transfer, not really a big project, not really a big process. All you really need to do is cut first, make sure you're placing it if you're not going to use the entire 6 sheets at once. And then you put it on. Redesign with Prima makes it super easy because they have everything. If you want to cut it up, they have everything in lines and measured so that you can do so. I didn't measure this, I just kind of eyed it and cut it accordingly. And I'm so happy with how this is coming off. You have no idea how happy that's making me. And as you can see, I haven't really put that much effort into trying to get this off. Trying to get the transfer on the piece. And once again, this transfer is called Violet Hill by Redesign with Prima, and this is what the entire transfer looks like. But like I said, I'm not using the entire transfer. I use pieces off of 4 sheets, and it comes in 6 sheets. So I'll be able to do another project with it for sure. Maybe even 2 projects. I don't know. But it is very generous in the size. That is a definite. Okay, now we're going to do the sides here. I'm just going to cut a little bit at the bottom here to make it even. Same process as the other side. And I've already cut this prior, and I use the lines. I use the lines all the time that Redesign with Prima has on their transfer. And remember, once you put the transfer on, you're committed. So you really can't pull them off again because you will have a lot of problems. They will stick. Trust me. I know from experience that one also. And that's one good thing about these transfer is that they do really, really stick. So that's a really great thing. You just want to make sure that your placement is where you want it first before you stick it down. Here, I'm just going to move you guys over that way. And then up. There we go. But I do have more of a Violet Hill transfer that I will be putting on the front drawers, but I will be doing that after, only because I wanted to show you the design, and I wanted to show you guys how to use stamps. Redesign with Prima's new stamp. This is very beautiful. And it's right here, and we're going to be designing the drawers after I finish up with this part of this transfer here. knows how much I love gold. So we're using Redesign with Prima's new goldenrod paint, acrylic paint, to do the side drawers today. And it's gorgeous. I've already done it on one side of this drawer here, and I will show you guys that before I get started on the stamps. But I'm so loving how this is coming together. I absolutely love the big transfers because if you don't want to use the whole thing at one time, you can use them on several different things. And you guys are here. There we go. I'm trying to get you guys closer so that you can see. I'm very happy with how this has come out so far. They're very easy to use. These transfers are very easy to use. Hi, Monica. Thank you for joining me. Okay. And just like that, the sides are done. So we use that, if you guys are just joining me, we use the Violet Hill transfer on the sides of the drawers here. So there's that one side. And then we did the other side as well. I will be doing the drawers with the Violet Hill also. And let me just grab it right here. I already have them cut out also. And I'll show you guys quickly what it might look like. So then I will be putting on the front like this. And I'm gonna have this overlapping. This one is a little more tricky. I didn't know if I had time to do the front ones also, but I'll do them after, and I'll post a picture of this piece on the front, on my Facebook page, and the Redesign with Prima page also. Now, I wanted to quickly show you that I've already pre-done a mold here. This is also Redesign with Prima's new mold, and it is called Delicate Floral. So I used one of these here to put on there. Doesn't that look beautiful? I think it's pretty. Yes, it's a pretty pink. This one's called Dog's Ear by Benjamin Moore. So now, we're gonna design the sides of these drawers. I've already done this part of the drawer. And I've done it in goldenrod, new acrylic paint by Redesign with Prima, and I gotta tell you, it is absolutely amazing, this paint. Like I said, if you follow my work, you know how much I love paint, love gold, so this made me super happy. So we're gonna design the sides of these drawers, and I'm gonna try and make it, once again, that's what it's gonna look like. And I'm gonna make it do the same thing on all of these. Oh, and I don't recommend that you guys take these out into the sun to let them dry, like maybe I did yesterday, because they ended up warping. I put them on too long. We're still gonna use it though, but this one came out kind of warped. So don't leave them in the sun for too long. Okay, so this is what the clearly aligned stamp looks like. This one's called Rustic Floral Elements. They are clearly aligned with a pink where you can see where you're putting your paint. What do you use to make the molds? Oh, for this one, I use hot glue. I use hot glue. I was kind of in a hurry. I didn't really have time to wait, but I like resin. Resin works good. And Redesign with Prima also has a clay mold. That works good as well, but I don't have any of that. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start these drawers. This is what they look like when they come off of the sheet. They stick right back onto the sheet again. They're wonderful. You can put them back in the package and keep them neat. And you only need a little bit. I'm gonna try and get you guys down here. Can you guys see that okay? Okay. I think that's... Okay. So what you want to do is you're going to take your paint, shake it up, now I've already used it on the other side. You don't need a super huge amount of paint for one stamp. So that's probably good. That's probably a decent size right there. Super shiny, super pigmented. I absolutely love their paints. You can use them for any stamps. You can also use them to highlight your pieces of furniture. You can use them for small crafts, but a little very much goes a long way. So Redesign with Prima also has these rollers, and they're specifically helpful to be doing stamps. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Roll it like you would any other paint, because I think this will be enough to do all 4 drawers. I could be wrong, but it could be enough. So I'm just gonna start with the bigger one. And just roll it onto the stamp like so. Put that down there. Okay, that's going the opposite way, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. You do want to press relatively hard to make sure that your paint gets to where it needs to be. And take your time with this also, and just like the transfer, just keep checking on it like that. And you can see it's coming off quite nicely, but there's still a little bit more. Not super difficult at all. You just want to put a little more pressure on that, and there you go, voila. How does that look? Okay, now we're gonna use this one that I left out on the sun. As you can see, it's bending a little bit, but we're still gonna use it. It still works. Just don't leave your stuff in the sun. I should know that by now too. It wouldn't be the first time. Okay, you just keep rolling your paint on. This comes in, also has cute little ones to go with it, this piece. So it's quite decent. But as you can see, I'm only using the three molds, or the 3 stamps. And I'm using Goldenrod, the Redesign with Prima's new paint. Just gonna put a little bit there. Okay. See how it has the cute little ones too? I kind of wanted it like... right, there we go. Oh, I put too much paint on that one, and you can see I put too much paint, so you don't have to put that much paint as I did. Okay. There is how you do drawers with stamp and paint. Okay. So, like I said, today we used the Violet Hill Transfer. You can get that on the Redesign with Prima site or your local retailer. We used the Goldenrod acrylic paint with stamps. The new Rustic Floral Elements stamps today. And I will be finishing this up. I still have, like I see, I have so much more to do with this. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to highlight in the molds or not, but I will be showing this piece when I'm finished on my page, All Things Nearly Rustic, and I'll be also showing it on the Redesign with Prima page. So stay tuned for that, and thank you very much everyone for joining me.